Welcome. My name is Erin, and this will be a 60-minute all levels flow class. Really glad to be here with those joining live and those taking this later on your own time. No particular props, but anything you'd like to have on hand. And we'll get started in a comfortable seat. So making your way either to crossing the legs, or is the option to sit up on the heels or block instead. And then if the knees are sensitive, you can sit with legs straight forward, slight bend in the knees here. As you find your seat, roll your shoulders down and back, stacking shoulders over hips. And then if the legs are crossed, begin to let left and right hip open to the side. Close the eyes or soften your gaze. And begin to notice your breath. Monday morning, an early Vinyasa practice is a great time to check in with your mind, body, and energetic body by just noticing what your breath feels like. As you begin to deepen the breath, start to match your length of exhales to length of inhales. Tuning into a pace of breath that you think you can maintain when we begin to move. When you're ready, lightly constrict the back of the throat, cultivating Ujjayi Pranayama, yogic victory breath. We use our Ujjayi to create some heat from the inside out and to guide our depth in physical poses. So throughout our practice this morning, I invite you to use your breath qualities to tune in to whether you want to heat things up or find some rest. A couple more breath cycles here. Make these the longest, deepest breaths of your day. Good. We'll open our practice with one round of Om, the universal sound of nature. You're welcome to join in from home or simply listen. With an inhale, palms to heart center, thumbs to heart, heart to thumbs. Preparing to inhale to Om. Good. Let the hands come back to the knees, open the eyes, and keep your breath moving. Bring both palms behind the head without interlacing the fingers, and then open your elbows wide. Even if the back arches, pull the belly in and up. Seated cow-cats. Inhale, chest up, open the elbows. Exhale, chin to chest, draw the elbows together. Continuing on your breath, keeping both hips rooted to the mat. Each time you inhale, maybe gaze shifts a little higher. Good, already here making a vinyasa. Vinyasa meaning to connect our breath to our movement in an intentional way. The next time you inhale, hold here, gaze up, elbows wide. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands forward for our first forward fold. We'll make this active. Tent up on all 10 fingertips. And then bring first finger and thumb together. So hands are touching here. Draw your chin to your chest. Push back through the hips and breathe. Drawing your breath through both armpits all the way to the hip creases. Run your tongue between the gums and the teeth, softening the jaw. With your next inhale, walk the hands in, sit tall, and then roll over the knees, coming into tabletop pose. Shoulders over wrists. hips over knees. Option for a blanket under the knees here, or roll your mat up a couple times. Find some stillness, reach the crown of your head forward, and begin to engage the abdominal muscles, lifting the belly in and up, pressing through the center of the palms so much that shoulders lift slightly. Good. Inhale, right leg back. Option to reach left arm forward. Either way, that right hip is squared off toward the mat. Good. And then spread your toes wide. Press your right foot back actively. One more inhale here. Exhale, right leg to the right, maybe left arm to the left. Option to try shifting your gaze toward the right foot as you lift that right foot higher. One more inhale. Exhale to tabletop, tuck the toes, and send the hips up and back. Our first down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take some time to pedal through the heels here. And if you're just joining live, take some cow cats on hands and knees and then join us when you're ready. Eventually, finding some stillness in your down dog, then we'll check our distance between hands and feet. With an inhale, roll forward to plank, and then walk your toes back if you need. Long line from back of the head to heels. So buttocks is lower than the head here. Good, always the option to drop the knees. One more inhale. Exhale, down dog. Keep your feet where they are. It's okay if heels are lifted off the mat. So striving to keep your 2 hands and 2 feet in these same places throughout our practice. Next inhale, roll back to plank, just a breath. And then lower to the knees, walk the knees in, back to tabletop pose. Next inhale, left leg back. Option to reach right arm forward. Strongly press through the left palm. Good, gaze is right at the top edge of your mat. If the chin lifted up, drop it down. One more inhale here. Exhale, left leg to the left, option for right arm to the right, and then maybe challenge balance, shifting your gaze to the left. Striving to lift that left foot to hip height. Good, keep the breath moving. One more inhale. Exhale, hands and knees. Bring your knees to the wide edge of the mat. Big toes together. And then press the hips back for Balasana, child's pose. We'll keep this active once more, walking the hands forward, tent up on all 10 fingers, and then bring first finger and thumb together for a shoulder stretch. If the forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can always use a prop under the forehead here. And throughout our practice today, feel welcome to come back here to Balasana or any other resting shape. Use my cues as a guide, but listen to your breath. Next, inhale, press through hands and knees, tuck your toes, and send the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Find that long length between hands and feet, and then find some stillness. Next, inhale, gaze forward, come on the tiptoes, and begin to tiptoe toward the hands, keeping your palms rooted for as long as you can. You can bend the knees here, and we'll meet in a forward fold, Uttanasana, at the top of the mat. Option for traditional feet, big toes together, heels apart, or you can bring your feet hips distance apart. And then let the arms, head, and shoulders hang heavy. Swing left and right. As you sway, strongly draw the weight to all 10 toes. See if you can spread your toes so wide you create space between each toe. Next time you rock through center, hold here, folding forward. And with an inhale, bring the hands to the hips, bend the knees. Exhale, press your way all the way up, meeting tall into Tadasana, mountain pose. Find that full body engagement. Spread the toes wide. Reach the fingers down as you draw the arms toward the hips. And then check in with your tailbone, squeezing the glutes as you tuck the tailbone under, push the pelvis forward. Good. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and soften the gaze. We'll warm up the whole body here with classical Surya Namaskar, sun salutes on the breath. And if you're newer to the classical version of sun salutes, the main difference is we'll bring our arms forward and up and forward and down. And then we'll lower knees, chest, chin rather than through plank. Always welcome to modify as you like. Inhale, palms to heart center. Exhale, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, reach arms forward and up. Exhale, fold forward. Right foot steps back. Inhale, lower right knee. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank, lower knees as you need. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin, elbows to ribs. Inhale, slide forward, hover palms and knees, toes to the mat. Exhale, press through knees or plank, and back to down dog. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, find your low lunge. Exhale, step up and fold forward. Inhale to rise, reach the fingers high. Exhale, heart center, second side. Inhale to rise. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Inhale, lower left knee. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale for plank. Press your heels back. Good. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale for cobra. Lift the palms up. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Inhale, back to low lunge. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale to rise, hips forward. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Right foot back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, roll forward. Phalakasana. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows to ribs. Inhale, slide forward. Bhujangasana. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale, heart center, last side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Left foot back. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, forward for plank. Phalakasana. Exhale, lower. Ashtanga Namaskar. Inhale for cobra. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, press back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot forward. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, step up and fold. Inhale to rise, grow tall. Exhale, heart center, and bring the hands to the hips. Find your mountain pose shape, but with hands on the hips, pressing through the feet. And then pull your elbows back, pull your shoulders back. Gaze is soft and straightforward. We're stepping back here. Begin to plant firmly through your right foot. Take an inhale, step the left foot slowly back for high lunge. And then walk those left toes back if you need. Front knee right over ankle. Hands can stay on the hips, or you can reach both arms high. If you reach the arms up, pull the shoulders down from ears, and make sure you can see to left and right. Ashtha Chandrasana. Always the option to find low lunge instead here. Either way, energetically pull your inner thighs together, pull your belly up under the rib cage, long straight spine. To take this deeper, option to bring palms together, shift the gaze up, slight back bend. A couple more breaths here, building some heat. One more inhale. Exhale, palms inside your front foot for lizard lunge. That back knee can stay lifted here. You can lower the knee to the mat. Either way, spread your fingers wide, just like down dog. Draw your right knee toward your right shoulder. And then pull your chest forward of your shoulders. Shift your gaze up. Uttam Krishnasana. Good. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands to the long edge of the mat. Big toes slightly in for wide-legged forward folds. Prasarita A. Let your palms release to the mat or blocks if you like blocks here. If your hands plant on the mat, walk them back, tops of fingers in line with tops of toes. And then begin to draw your weight toward the toes. Maybe the heels lift energetically. Maybe the heels physically lift off the mat. Each exhale, use your breath to pull the belly in and up. Draw your elbows together and the top of the head toward the mat. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk your hands to the left, bend your left knee, keep both feet planted. Side runner's lunge, plant through the palms or fingertips, and then just like lizard lunge, pull your chest and gaze forward and up. Spine is long as you push the hips back. Good. Next, inhale, walk through center. Exhale, frame your front foot, step back to downward facing dog. We'll talk through a vinyasa flow here with the cobra variation, and then next time we'll talk through with up dog. From down dog, inhale forward to plank. Exhale, push forward on the toes, lower to the belly, elbows to ribs. Untuck your toes. Inhale, press the palms down, shoulders back. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll take about 5 breaths here in down dog. You're welcome to find child's pose instead. So if you're newer to vinyasa flows, if you're moving through cobra, you'll lower from plank all the way to the mat and keep your hips on the mat when you find your cobra. If you're moving to up dog, you'll lower halfway down, yoga push-up arms, only tops of feet and hands ever touch the mat. You always have the option to choose there. One more breath cycle in down dog. Next, inhale, gaze forward, come on the toes. Exhale, big step up between the hands, fold forward. Good. Inhale, half lift, fingers to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to hips. And we'll take that on the second side. Squeeze your elbows together and back. And then begin to root through the left foot, spreading left toes wide. Take an inhale, lift the right knee up and send the right leg all the way back for high lunge. Adjust your feet as you need. If balance is a challenge, you can widen the tracks your feet are on, creating more space between left and right sides. Option to reach the arms up and overhead, and then let that right hip drop. If your front knee came forward of the ankle, it means you're ready to deepen your pose here by walking that left foot forward. Good. For the back bend variation, option to bring palms together, shift the gaze up, challenging balance. Ashtha Chandrasana. One more inhale here. Exhale, palms inside your front foot for lizard lunge. Uttan Prishtasana. Draw the left knee toward the shoulder, and option to lower that right knee or keep your back legs straight and active. Good. Focus on pulling your chest forward of the shoulders, shifting gaze as much as you can forward of your mat. And then let that right hip drop. Breathing deeply. One more inhale here. Exhale, walk your hands to the long edge of the mat, back to our wide-legged forward fold. Releasing palms or fingers to blocks or the mat. Maybe widening the distance between your feet, but keep those big toes slightly turned in. Outer edges of the feet are parallel. If you have tripod headstand, you're welcome to go there here. If you're interested in working towards Shalamba Shirshasana, plant the palms in line with the feet and draw the top of your head toward the mat. If the head meets the mat, make a nice triangle between hands and head. And then use your exhales to hover the heels. You can stay here or maybe begin to lift the toes up as well, drawing legs together and up. Wherever you're at, keep the elbows drawn in. Nice yoga push-up arms. Even if you don't catch flight, building strength. If you did find an inversion, begin to bring feet back toward the mat. We'll meet in our wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, half lift up on the fingers. Exhale, walk the hands to the right, bend the right knee, side runner's lunge. And then plant through the palms. Palms are shoulder distance apart here. And pull your chest and gaze forward and up. Sit a little further back into that right hip. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat, step to down dog. We'll meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Option to find rest or move through a flow. I'll talk us through our flow with up dog here. From down dog, inhale to plank. Exhale, lower halfway, elbows to ribs. Flip the feet. Inhale, press feet and palms down. Exhale, press the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. From down dog, one more inhale. Exhale, lower to the knees for melting heart. Keeping hips right over knees here, toes are tucked. Begin to walk the hands forward any amount without letting the hips move in space. Maybe lowering the forehead to a block or the mat, or maybe lowering chest and chin to the mat as you shift the gaze forward. Anahatasana. And even as the lower back arches, keep your abdominal muscles lifting in and up. And breathe. To go deeper, a teacher of mine recently gave a cue for a deeper shoulder stretch. You can try tenting up on the fingertips, lifting elbows off the mat while chest comes to the mat. Really breathing into the backs of your shoulders if you go deeper. Good. Whatever variation you found, with your next inhale, walk the hands back in, tabletop, and then send the hips back, meeting me in down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Next inhale, gaze forward, come on the toes, and then step or float between the hands, meeting at the top of the mat, forward fold. In your forward fold, bring your feet hips distance or wider apart. Let your head and shoulders hang heavy. Take an inhale, half lift. Exhale, hands outside your right foot. Hold to the right. Shift your gaze under the left armpit. And then pull that right hip forward, left hip back. Keep the hips squared here for a twist. Next inhale, half lift through center, flat back. Exhale, hands to the left, square your hips, pull that right hip back. Gaze up under the right armpit. Inhale, half lift through center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, slight back bend, hips forward. Exhale, release the hands, and then bring your hands to the hips. We'll step back once more with as much control as we can, this time stepping back to warrior two. Spread your right toes, plant through your right foot. When you're ready, inhale, lift the left foot up. Exhale, step it to the left, turn your toes to the long edge of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms wide. Exhale, bend the right knee, gaze to your right middle finger. And then, just like in our high lunge, if that knee comes forward of the front ankle, it means you're ready to deepen your Virabhadrasana 2 by walking your right foot forward. We'll hold here. The more you bend that front knee, the more intensity you'll feel. And then strongly draw the tops of shoulders down from your ears. Good. Find that balance of sthira and sukha, effort and ease. Next inhale, we'll reach through the fingers. Exhale, cross left arm under right for eagle arms. Backs of the arms come to touch, or maybe palms come all the way to touch. And then shift elbows and gaze back to the right. Garudasana. Inhale, elbows up, slight back bend. Exhale, elbows toward the front knee, crunch. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, crunch. This time, inhale to rise, pop up on your back toes, facing the top of your mat. So you're in a high lunge here with your eagle arms. We're stepping up to eagle. When you're ready, shift your weight towards your front foot, walk your left foot in. And then begin to stand up on that right leg, crossing left leg over right. It's okay if you wobble. Eventually sitting back into the hips, maybe left toes come all the way behind the right calf. And then pull your elbows up and away from the chest. Full Garudasana. Beautiful. You can stay, Or try folding forward. If you fold, reach the elbows forward before you fold, and then draw elbows toward the knee. If you folded, inhale, stand back up. One more inhale, unwind, arms up, lift the left knee. Exhale, release, shake it out at the top of the mat. Nicely done. And we'll take that all on the second side, letting go of what happened on the first side. Hands to hips. This time, spread your left toes wide, plant through your left foot. Take an inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, step back, Virabhadrasana 2, rotating your right foot. Next inhale, reach the arms wide. Exhale, bend the left knee, gaze to the left. And then settle in here. If that left shoulder pulled forward of the hips, pull it back. Torso is nice and stacked on top of hips here. And then check in with your front knee. If it comes forward of the ankle, you're ready to deepen your pose. With time, that front thigh might become parallel to the mat. One more inhale, reach through the arms. Exhale, right arm under left, forearms touch, or maybe palms come to touch. And then shift elbows and gaze towards your left knee. Good. Inhale, elbows up, slight back bend. Exhale, elbows to knee, crunch. Inhale to rise, keep the bend in the front knee. Exhale, crunch. This time, inhale to rise, and then pop up on your back toes, high lunge, preparing to step forward to Garudasana. Taking your time, begin to draw the weight towards your front foot. When you feel stable, walk that right foot in and begin to stand up, crossing right leg over left. And then just like chair pose, sit your hips back like you're in a chair as you reach the chest and arms forward and up. Maybe right toes hook behind the left calf. You can stay here or try reaching and folding forward. Make sure you're not holding the breath. If you folded, begin to stand back up. With your next inhale, unwind, arms and knee lift. Exhale, release, shake it out. Nicely done. And then meeting me at the top of the mat in mountain pose. We'll take a half sun salute, wringing that out. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step to down dog. We're all finding child's pose in a moment. Option for a flow on your breath if you like. If you're flowing, choosing either cobra or up dog. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. If you're in down dog, one more inhale. Exhale, knees to the wide edge of the mat, big toes touch, and sit back for child's pose. You can make this relaxed, letting the forearms release, or bend the elbows, palms together, thumbs toward the back of the neck. Wherever you're at, come back to your Ujjayi breath. Take notice of what feels different, mind or body. No good or bad, just noticing what is. You're welcome to stay in Balasana. Otherwise, begin to press your way to hands and knees. Send the hips back, meeting in Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hips, gaze under the left armpit. You can stay here, opening that right hip up, or you can move toward wild thing, lifting the right palm, sending chest and hips toward the sky, planting right foot off the mat, right arm overhead. Kind of like a modified wheel here, without that right hand planted. Good. If you found wild thing, begin to move back to three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, step through for warrior two. Plant through both feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale, gaze to the right. Maybe finding a bit more ease or depth our second time here. Widening the distance between the feet. Striving for a nice line between that front heel and the back arch. We'll find some movement on the breath. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, right arm overhead, reverse the warrior. Inhale through warrior two. Exhale, right forearm, right thigh. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse, and hold here. You can keep the left hand down the back leg, making sure not to press on the knee, or you can wrap the left arm behind the back, walking fingers toward the inner right thigh. So we're in a side bend here, rather than a back bend. Urdhva Virabhadrasana. Next, inhale, warrior two, just a breath. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, step to down dog. Find a flow on your breath or hold a resting shape. Choose what you need. If you found a flow, we'll meet back in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Taking that on the second side. Inhale, left leg up and back. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Gaze to the right. Whether you tried on the first side or not, option to try wild thing, lifting the left palm, sending hips and chest toward the sky, planting left foot off the mat, reach the left arm high. Good, and then push the hips up in space. Making your way back to three-legged dog, left leg back. Inhale here. Exhale, step through for warrior two. Rotate the back foot. Inhale, rise up, arms wide. Exhale, gaze to the left middle finger. And then soften your gaze so much that you're almost looking at the tip of your nose. Check in with that front knee. If you're ready to go deeper, walk your left foot forward. Strongly tuck the tailbone under. The back body is nice and flat here. We'll find that movement on the breath. Inhale, flip the front palm. Exhale, left arm overhead, reverse. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, left forearm, left thigh. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse, and hold here. Reach the left arm up and overhead. Right hand on the back leg, or sweep the right arm behind the back, walking fingers toward the left inner thigh. Draw the chin to the chest, pull the tailbone under. Good, deep stretch through the left side. Next, inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, step it back to down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Option for a flow here on your breath. If you're flowing, see how slow you can make your flow, really elongating each breath movement. Either way, we'll meet back in down dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. From down dog, inhale, press through the palms. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Twice more on your breath. Next, inhale, roll forward to plank, and we'll lower to the belly as slowly as we can. Option to lower knees first, and then press the chest forward of the shoulders. Draw elbows to ribs. Lower for a count of 3, 4, maybe even 5. Meeting on the belly, and then untucking the toes. Good effort. Reach your arms back, palms toward the body, and press the tops of the feet toward the mat. Take an inhale, chest up. Exhale, reach the fingers back, squeeze your shoulder blades down and together. Shalabhasana A. Option to try hovering the feet, maybe hovering the knees and the quads as well as you rock on the hips. Good, a couple breaths here. Each inhale lifts another layer of ribs off the mat. One more inhale. Exhale, forehead to palms. Find some rest, smooth out your breath. Moving to Sphinx pose for a deeper back bend. Prop up on the forearms, walk your elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel like the number 11, and then spread your fingers wide. Good, press through all the knuckles of the hands. Take an inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, press the quads, the tops of the feet and the hips to the mat. You can stay here on the forearms. If you feel open to go deeper, you can try pressing through the palms, straightening the arms, but without letting elbows splay to the side. Nada Virasana. Good. If you're feeling even more open, you can walk the hands toward the body. Just make sure you're not collapsing to the lower back here. Good. Last couple breaths. Maybe turn the gaze up or let the neck release back. One more inhale. Exhale, lower, forehead to palms. Find your ujjayi. We'll take one more round. I'll talk us through bow for a deeper back bend. If you had enough back bending, you can take either of our first two options, arms back or Sphinx pose. To try bow pose, bend the knees, draw the legs together, and point the feet toward the back of the head. And then reach one hand back, see if you can catch inside your foot. You can also catch outside the foot or ankle for a little less intensity. Maybe reaching other hand back. If you catch both feet, press the feet to the hands. Whichever version you're choosing, inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale and hold. If you're in bow, Dhanurasana, kick the feet to the hands. To go deeper, draw your quads to the mat as you flex the feet. So really intensify the back bend. Make sure your breath is deep. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale, release, forehead to palms. And this time, bend your knees, crisscross your ankles back and forth. Releasing through the outer hips. And come back to your smooth breath. And then extend your legs long, palms under shoulders, tuck your toes. We'll press up through plank the same way we lowered, lots of integrity. Option to keep the knees on the mat, building strength either way. Next, inhale, elbows to ribs. Press up as slowly as you can, engage the belly. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. Our last down dog, holding about 5 breaths here. See if you can find a true sense of ease, of rest that comes after effort. Actively draw inner elbows toward the sides of the head and let your gaze come toward the feet, maybe up between the inner thighs. One more inhale and down dog. Exhale, lower to the knees. Slide the legs to one side and meet me in a seat on the mat. And draw the soles of the feet together for Baddha Konasana. If you like blocks outside the thighs, you can do that. Unless you have knee pain, pull your heels as close to the body as you can. You can always keep a bigger diamond shape if the knees are sore. Use your thumbs to press the soles of the feet open and out, like you're opening the pages of a book. Inhale, chest forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hinge forward first, and then let the head and neck release. So focus more here on using your breath to reach the top of the head forward rather than drawing nose toward the ground. If elbows touch the inner thighs, draw the elbows toward the torso and press into the legs, opening through the hips. Bound angle pose. Next, inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold once more. You can stay here. To go deeper, option to slide forearms, palms down under the outer shins, forearms parallel, and then press the hands to elbows to the mat, maybe drawing nose a little closer to the feet. If you found that deeper variation, begin to walk the hands back out. And with an inhale, sit all the way up. Exhale, draw the legs together, plant the feet. Then we'll take boat pose all the way to the back. Starting in Ardha Navasana, half boat, hands behind the thighs, legs and inner feet together. Take an inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, rock back to the tailbone. Either hovering the feet, bring them 90 degrees, or maybe straightening through the legs, reaching arms forward. Take note of your breath as we're moving all the way to full boat. When you're ready, hands reaching toward feet, legs straight, gaze at the big toes. As the breath gets choppier, begin to make your way all the way to the back. No rush. And when you've had enough, let the whole back body and legs release to the mat beneath you. And bring both hands to the belly. Take a few rounds of deep, intentional breath. And begin to use your breath to focus and quiet the mind, to start to cool down the body from the inside out. Good. Next, inhale, draw both knees into the chest. Exhale, knees up and over to the right for a spinal twist. You can extend your arms wide in a T or bring your right hand outside your left leg to add a little extra weight. And then shift your gaze to the left if that feels okay. Let the ankles and feet relax. Always the option to slide a prop under the knees here as well. And settle in. Anytime we're in a reclined spinal twist, striving to keep knees at or above hip height so that twist happens from the base of the spine. Jata Parivartanasana. Maybe challenging your pranayama, your breath control, to lengthen each inhale and exhale to 5, 6, 7, or 8 counts. See how long and deep you can make your breath. Next, inhale, draw both knees in, roll to the back, and hold here, knees toward the chest. One more inhale, knees in. Exhale, knees up and over to the left, right arm to the right. Option to bring left palm outside your right leg for a little extra weight. And then let the legs and feet relax. Shift your gaze to the right, maybe shutting down eyes altogether. And breathe deeply. Continue to lengthen the breath, just becoming very present in this shape on your mat. With your next inhale, draw the knees to the chest. Exhale, release. Make your way toward your final resting shape in Shavasana, finding any clothing or props you'd like. If there are any last movements you need in the body, feel welcome to take those here. If you're newer to Shavasana, rolling up a blanket under the knees can give some support to the lower back, or you can roll a blanket up on top of the hips, chest, or face to give a little grounding, closing off sensations. In your own time, as you continue to breathe deeply, make your way all the way to the back body. Good, and then extend both legs long if they're not already. Let the feet splay out as they do. Adjusting the distance between your legs to whatever way feels most relaxing, most comfortable on the backs of your hips, your lower back. And then close the eyes. Let the eyes relax into the sockets. Tuck the shoulder blades a little closer together under the back. And let the whole physical body release. Trusting the ground beneath you can hold your physical self as you go inward, growing light. At the bottom of your next exhale, let your Ujjayi pranayama go. Turn the work of moving the breath back to the heart and lungs. Keep the mouth closed, but let the breath be shallow. And then take a scan from top of the head to feet. Anywhere you feel tiny micro muscle holds, see if you can release those physical parts of the body. Let them relax. I'll chant us into Shavasana with one round of Om, the universal sound of nature. As I chant, let my voice and cues become soft and distant as you come to rest easy. Om. Keeping eyes closed or the gaze soft, begin to find movements in fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Gently roll the neck back and forth, up and down. You're always welcome to stay in relative stillness. When you're ready for movement, reach the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, find a full body stretch, maybe feeling invigorated or grounded, open or calm, and holding on to any new sensations that serve you from your practice today. Remembering what we do on our mats is just practice and preparation for what we do when we leave our mats. In your own time, draw both knees to the chest and roll to the right side body. Take a few deep breaths here as we prepare to bring head above heart. No rush or urgency. When you're ready to rise, press your way to a seat. We'll meet sitting tall in your most comfortable seat today. Maybe feeling a little more ease as you lift the spine up and root down through the hips. We'll find Kali Mudra with an inhale. Bring the palms together, interlace the last three fingers, and then bring pointer fingers and thumbs together, pointing up, and draw the thumb to the chest. The light within me honors and respects the light within each of you. Thank you. Mil gracias. And whether you joined live or on your own time, really glad to start off the week with this practice. If you would like to make a donation to support my donation-based yoga, you can donate through PayPal and Venmo to Freelancer PhD, FreeLancer PhD. And either way, feel welcome to join in the future, invite others, and thank you so much.